High five. High five. Thank you. We go. Oh, you okay? Dancing? Ooh. Hey.
Hello world, it's Berto Pry 5 Cupla, and welcome to the members only stream for Tuesday, September 13th, 2022, the second Tuesday of the month, the day we have dedicated to our channel. Members, thank you all. Those of you who have found time to drop by, I greatly appreciate it. 47 Yorktown was first in the chat with greetings from Eastern Canada. Kapla 47 Yorktown. Richie Poole says, such a shame. I have to miss this. Maybe I should quit my job so I could attend these members only streams. Well, whatever you want to do, Richie. Of course, you can always watch them after the fact. They are recorded, so you can come back to them just off the community section. They'll be there. Carlo Albanese says, hi, hope everyone's as well as can be. Hail Caroga, hail Carlo. And Richie says, Carlo, I'm as well as can be expected under the circumstances. I hope the circumstances, you just mean that you have to go to work, Richie. I hope there's nothing worse going on. And Richie Poole again says, Kapla, Richie. Captain Fandom Nerd says, hello, Captain. Hope you are well. Sorry I had to drop off your stream earlier. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. Richie Poole says, have a great stream, guys. Behave yourselves. I will be listening later on the drive home. Very cool, Richie. I hope you got to see. We opened with a short video of Nephew O'Fray running in circles with Sis O'Fray watching. John DeMarco says, greetings, everyone. Greetings, John. Mike Richards says hi to John, and John says hello back. And here is the link to join the panel. If you are so inclined, you can come on up and join the panel, talk with me. I want to hear from you guys, the channel members. What would you like to see? What would you like to see different? I can't promise anything, except I will listen. I can promise to listen. And I just went ahead and pinned the link so it's easier to see. Mike Richards says, this will probably be my only member stream. I'm poor. No worries, Mike Richards. To be completely honest, there isn't a whole lot of stuff going on in the member streams. Hey, welcome, Captain.
Hey.
How you doing?
Doing good. How are you? What are you running around in circles? He was dancing.
He wasn't dancing. He was following the numbers on the floor.
And he said he was dancing.
She asked him if he was dancing. That's not he was dancing. I choose to believe he was following that path.
I think he was following the path on the floor, yes.
Not Ryan Johnson says, John Araki was first in the chat. His message was neutralized by the YouTube gods. Oh, John Araki was first. Well, I'm sorry I didn't get to see it at all. Mike Richards says, it's not as kinky as I've heard. No, it is not. the members only streams are generally
Boring.
relatively short and surprisingly tame. Not a hell of a lot of people feel any strong desire to say anything, which I take it they're happy with the way things are.
Yep.
So that's what I assume. Straight and steady with Vertebrae 5 at the helm. I mean, the one thing I apparently can't crash is a YouTube channel. So, not Ryan Johnson says boring. Well, they are kind of boring, but I think that's okay. I think that's okay.
Yeah, there aren't the rants that you have when you're normal streams.
Right. Yeah. Which again, there'll be a so-called normal stream, a open panel stream following this at 5 p.m. Eastern today. Not Ryan Johnson says need more rants on these member streams. And John DeMarco says you're too good at listening during the normal streams, Bird. Oh, well, thank you. It is true. I do listen during normal streams. So I don't like force people to be a member before I listen to feedback. I'm happy to get feedback at pretty much any time. But it's just during member streams, it's especially a time especially cut out just for feedback from you guys who help support the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. And I'd be remiss to not give a special thank you to Jedi Bill, who single-handedly brought in 5 or 6 or 7 plus new members for this month.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Jedi Bill, and Sci-Fi Nation, who brought in a couple as well. Thank you, Sci-Fi Nation. I don't know if either of you guys are here. I haven't seen you in the chat yet, but if you do catch this later, I definitely owe you guys a thank you, and I hope you do hear it at some point.
It was very kind and considerate of them to do. So,
It was. Not Ryan Johnson says we all need to get Bird riled up so he can rant. It's not about me getting riled up. It's I have to have the strength to rant, and I wasted a good deal of strength today going through my diagnostic testing. It's not just they come and they listen and give you an ultrasound. I had to turn in positions I haven't been in years. It's not comfortable. It took a lot out of me. I'm not saying oh my God, I'm in agony or anything. I'm not. But it took a lot out of me, and I am not at full strength today. So I'm happy we're not doing bed life today, because frankly, I don't know that I certainly wouldn't have been able to do a stream like I did yesterday, today at this point.
No.
I'd be happy. The more people that come up, the less I have to do, frankly, the better it'll be for everybody.
Better for you, better for Bird, better for everybody.
Better for me, better for them, better for the whales. Bradley Briggs says, yes, very much thanks. I got one of them free membership gifts. Very cool, Bradley. Yes, you did. Mike Richards, it was Jedi Bill. Forza Jersey says, Kapla, Forza. Thank you for coming. Not Ryan Johnson says, Bird admits he was poked and prodded. I was probed. Today. Like I even said, time to change the probe. Gorilla's Random Thought says, I'm at work. Kapla, Gorilla. I hope you don't get in trouble for watching, listening, whatever it is you're doing.
I'm sure he's on break right now.
Mm-hmm. We had a hell of a storm come through at about 4:30 a.m. this morning. Biggest, loudest thunderstorm in a long time. We had tornado warnings, not in my section of Queens, but still in Queens, which is, relatively close, the same county. Yeah, it was a bit scary. I was laying there at 4 a.m, wondering if a tornado came through. What would we even do? And there's no evacuating to the basement. I can't move. The most I'm afraid could do is push the bed further into the house. But to be honest, we haven't even done that in 5+ years. I don't know that this bed's heavier than the old bed. I mean, in an absolute emergency, I suppose it would happen. She'd be able to push me, but I don't know we'd ever get the bed back out without help from somebody else. So I just, God forbid, something. I just feel like I'd ride out a storm exactly where I am, and hope to heck the house stays together.
Yeah.
Not much else we can do at this point.
Be like, here's an extra blanket, cover your head with it.
Yeah, she could throw pillows on top of me, but that's about it. Not Ryan Johnson says, great, Bird was Cartman probed. No, I wasn't probed up my ass. John Araki says, I was not neutralized so much as they took my voice, my agency from me. If my words are violence, silencing is racism. Gorilla's Random Thought says, they won't give me, I tried. They won't give you, what, the day off? Forza Jersey says, Bird of Prey, did you hear Salty? Yes, I heard about his Lore-Bird sandwich. It was pretty kinky. He used it as a lullaby for his audience. Yes, I heard it all, Forza. It was very, very disturbing. I shudder to think why the man would even think that up. What kind of man even dreams of that? Even, uses his imagination in such a way, and then to claim that he is 100% straight and not the slightest bit gay. I'm sorry. I just,
and hates the
I don't believe
kissing
it.
Dex video.
Right. He didn't say hates it, but he finds no pleasure in it. I'm beginning to suspect that the man doth protest too much, if you know what I'm saying.
I believe so.
Not Ryan Johnson says that storm this morning was crazy. Oh yeah, it was a biggie. Mike Richards says my annual cardiac workup is at the beginning of next month. I get the ultrasound too. Okay, well, you know what hopefully Mike Richards is someone who can stand and walk. It's not nearly so bad for you. John Aragi says hashtag steal birds garbage. Please don't. It's very uncomfortable. Forza Jersey says, oh, we had boomers roll on through my area too. Oh yeah, today's a big day for that. John Araki says Bird can't even buy whipped cream because he has no need for a driver's license anymore. Rant, rant, rant. Actually, John Araki, it turned out that was fake news. It was never illegal to buy whipped cream. Newspaper editor apparently fucked up, and they and then a town, I don't know, somebody in a town also screwed up on how they read the law. The guy who passed the law, who wrote the law, it was specifically says something about it's not that you can't have nitrous oxide, it's that you can't have nitrous oxide canisters, which are used in refilling things. So products with nitrous oxide in the can, like whipped cream, you can still sell. What you can't sell are nitrous
Little
oxide cartridges, and those are only sold in commercial settings. There's no setting where a consumer really can do anything with nitrous oxide anyway. So,
Except
well, I still disagree with the law because I don't think that we should be banning stuff from people buying it. It did not ban the sale of whipped cream. So that was fake news. Stores are allowed to sell whipped cream. Borzer says, luckily, Queens isn't like Kansas with tornadoes. Still scary though. Yeah, we had a tornado hit like 6 blocks away a few years back. I used to be scared as a kid. Tornadoes used to scare me, scare me to the bone. And Mom O'Fray and one of her friends tried to reassure me that tornadoes don't form in cities because they need flat ground to form. And as a kid, I believed that. It was only later as an older teenager and an adult, and I guess with movies coming out like Twister and talks about in the Weather Channel about tornadoes, did I realize that was just complete junk. They were just saying that to make me feel better as a child. And in fact, tornadoes can most certainly form in cities, and they can most certainly form in Queens, and it's just not likely to happen, but it certainly can happen. John Aragi says tornado hits Bird and he wakes up in Oz. Well, if I'm walking, as long as I can walk the yellow brick road, I might not complain. Forzer says, I don't know. Salty may be into you and Lore. It's very disturbing. He says, the lullaby will haunt my dreams forever. I need therapy now. Well, I suggest you get Salty to pay for it.
Exactly.
And John Araki says, Salty has deviant thoughts about men. Absolutely, he does. Mike Richards says, the worst ultrasound is when you get a young technician who tries to break one of your ribs. Yeah, that doesn't sound pleasant. Gorilla says, for tornadoes, Mama said to tuck our head between our knees and kiss our ass goodbye. Well, Mama O'Fray did not say that. But if I ever had a house in Tornado Alley or something, I would totally need a basement or a safe room, preferably both, something I could live in. But then I would say, why not just make the whole house out of the safe room. You know, why not make the whole house underground?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, yeah, you have an entrance to cut in, but once you go in, you go straight underground, and then you'll be perfectly safe from any storm, anything. And, you know,
Oh,
it's
you
even
could get
doubles
one
as
of
a
those.
bomb shelter.
So you could get one of those old retired missile silos, Bird.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got with a working elevator.
Mm-hmm.
Really, you want two elevators so one can be repaired if the other, you know, gets if one gets damaged or something. Mm. Bradley Briggs says they tend only to leave bare dirt behind when they hit. That's scary. Yeah. Well, those are the bigger tornadoes. But yeah, I mean, if you're gonna prepare for a tornado, you might as well be in something that can survive the EF5 or whatever instead of just a one or a two.
Mm-hmm.
John Araki says, question of the day from Mamo Frey. Well, she's napping. What kind of cream did you use to clear up rashes on baby bird's tushy? Asking for salty. Um, uh, I'm assuming it's the same stuff they're using on Charlie. Um,
Yep, most likely.
Bacitracin ointment. Does that sound right?
Close enough.
I think it's bacitracin. Forza Jersey says plus side at least salty imagines you having the ability to float. Being able to fly like Peter Pan would be badass. Oh, it would.
Did I miss? Did I miss this stream of
Yeah,
salty?
this was salty streamed. Um, I think it was the night he cut his finger, or the night before. Not last night. The night before, or the night before that. He
Ah,
had a late middle of the night stream, and he went all into some crazy, nasty stuff. Gorilla says we have those. We have those. Oh, the tornadoes, the big tornadoes. 47 Yorktown says underground bunker for bird. Yes, I would live in an underground bunker. I would. I wouldn't miss the windows. I would take it as extra security of an underground bunker over the windows. I'd replace windows with just big screen TVs that broadcast, you know, pictures of outside.
and well, I mean, not like Sassy needs to go out. She just needs wee pads.
Right. Forza Jersey said it was Sunday night. Yes. Mike Richards confirms Salty Stream was late Sunday night. That's the one they're talking about. And Forza says, actually, his streams have been good besides the degeneracy. Well, it's pretty much all degeneracy is the problem. I don't know. No, I catch his streams. They go on in the middle of the night, so I try to listen to them in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Like this at like 1.5x speed because they just take too long. He had streamed 4 hours or something last night, and I listened to it this morning. I got like maybe 90%, 80 or 90% of the way through. But yeah, no, he's still Uh, he's still, the only thing he complains a little too much, he complains about there. Oh, I'm not going to stream if nobody comes up with me, but then he streams it. So it's like, well, if you don't want to stream, fine, I get it. I know Captain doesn't particularly like streaming alone, but then he waits. If somebody does come up, that's fine. But Salty will just keep complaining. Nobody's coming up, but he doesn't actually stop streaming. Right? Well, either stop your bitching
Or stop streaming.
or stop streaming. Don't do both. John says, are you going to buy the Playmobil Bird of Prey for Nephew of Prey? Probably not. He's too young for it right now. Maybe if he's still, if he's at all a Star Trek fan in 2 or 3 more years and he's interested, then absolutely. But I don't think it's for 2-year-olds. I think it's for 5 or 6-year-olds. And I think there's too many small pieces for a toddler at this point.
It's a little pricey.
Yeah, it is. It is pricey, but I mean, if 3 years from now he says, Uncle Joey, buy me the Klingon Bird of Prey, what am I supposed to do? Say no? Yeah, so.
Yeah, maybe Santa can figure that one out for you.
Bradley Briggs says, I prefer when Salty does just him streams, but like you said, I guess he prefers the group stuff. Well, to be honest, Bradley, I completely understand why. He's facing his own medical issues, and it is so much easier to do a group stream, especially when the people start talking amongst themselves. And as host, I don't have a lot to say. I just need to keep it on course or prevent it from completely going off the rails. It's so much easier than me talking for 2 hours straight.
Yeah.
It's easier. It's easier on him. It's easier on me. So I get why he prefers it. And I'll be honest, on a day like today, I certainly prefer it too. But if I complain, I'm not going to say I'm going to end the stream if nobody comes up and then not end the stream for an hour and a half. It's if I don't particularly see myself ever making that type of decision, but God damn it, if I do ever give that, if I do ever say, listen, if nobody comes up, I'm ending the stream, then I'm going to end the stream. I'm not going to bring it up over and over and over again for an hour.
No. Well, I've done that before.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about Salty behind his back. I tell him all the time that when I say things about him, and God knows the man has talked about me enough on his streams when I'm not there that I feel completely fine talking about him when he's not here. And it's not something that I'm not going to stand behind. I will absolutely tell him anything that comes up if he ever asks or I feel the need to. I will just tell him, yes, of course I said that about you. I'm not hiding it. Obviously Salty and I are good friends. So we make fun of each other a bit and we kind of feel like we have that license to do so. So please don't look at me here and say, oh, you son of a bitch, you're talking about him behind his back. No, I would say this to his face. And I have said these things to his face on and off camera before. So I'm just bringing it up because he never streams anymore when I'm awake. It's very, very rare that he streams when I'm awake. And the times he is awake and streaming, he's on a stream with somebody else. Like he doesn't do daytime streams like this anymore. If he did, I would say it right to his face. So, all right.
The only daytime streams he does anymore that I've seen are the church life ones. Other than that, they're
Yeah, but
late
those
night,
aren't church life aren't church life
normal
streams aren't
streams.
panel streams.
No.
Forza says, I made a Hotel California joke. I heard you said it was Satanist. Salty can't start a stream anytime he likes, but he can never leave. Mike Richards says, I'm going off the rails on the crazy train as a song. Mike Richards is asking if that's Ozzy Osbourne to Forza Jersey. He says yes, or Black Sabbath. Bradley Briggs says, I'm sure everyone, if not most of the people here, love Salty very much. Bird just wants to be good friends. Salty wants more, says John Araki. John. Mike Richards is okay, thanks. I've got old timers disease. Old timers. Forza Jersey, I love Salty, Bird, and all our common friends. Thank you, Forza. Hopefully, though, not in the same way Salty does. Just saying. Well, guys, we are halfway through, at least, this members only stream. Anybody else would like to come up and talk, please do. And now's your chance. The link is at the top. Captain, is there anything else you'd like to say?
Well, you said Mama Prey is resting now. Is that correct?
Yes, she's napping.
Good. It's good that she's able to get a nap in. Really wasn't anything I had to talk about. It just, I didn't want to leave you sitting up here all by yourself.
I appreciate that. I just didn't want to, if you had something specific you wanted to say, and I didn't want to forget to bring it up or something.
No, do appreciate you asking, though. Of course, I would like if some other people could come up. That would be nice. Of course, some of them may just be listening, like Gorilla, who's at work and may not be able to come up, but can listen. So,
I was going to say I should actually get back to StreamYard just in case anybody was waiting, but there's nobody there. No, okay.
I hadn't heard a little ding, so yeah.
So I don't always hear the ding. I didn't hear one, but I know sometimes people have shown up for some reason without hearing a ding. So I just wanted to double check. And Forza Jersey says purely platonic. My future wife would be quite shocked otherwise. Well, I'm sure Mrs. Auntie or Mrs. Salty or Pepper. I don't know why she's called Mrs. Pepper. If he's salty, why is she? Anyway, Mrs. Salty would be very disappointed. Too, I'm sure. Perhaps it's why she's so into Dr. Alex. Maybe she's come to this realization long ago.
I realized, let's see here, she likes Dr. Alex, and no, we're not going there. Mm-mm. He prefers oversized men. I guess, since he likes Laura and you.
Oversized. What?
Yeah, pleasantly plump.
Hey, okay, I weigh less than Salty. Significantly less. Okay. Yeah, maybe 2 years ago, pleasantly plump. Sure. I was 211 pounds this morning.
Really?
Okay, don't get me
Cool.
wrong.
I mean, you're what,
Still a big
six?
guy, 6'4". I'm still a big guy, but not nearly as big as I was.
Oh no.
I can fit into an XL t-shirt. I don't wear XL t-shirts because I don't like the shirts to be tight, but I could fit in.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big day in college, when I lost weight the first time. And I went from somebody who had to shop at a big and tall shop. I don't know if they have big and tall shops elsewhere in the country.
Oh yeah.
In New York City, there's so many places to buy clothes, but they only go up to so many sizes. Usually they stop at 2XL in
Yeah.
shirts. So if you needed 3 or 4X, the only place to go is the big and tall stores. And there was maybe 2 of those in all of Brooklyn, as opposed to 500, general clothing stores in any neighborhood. And so, like, all my clothes from as far back I could remember was all purchased at one place called Max's Men's Shop, which specialized in uh, big and tall, and they also did uniforms. So if you were like a police officer or fire worker or EMS, you had to get your city uniform. You could order it through that store. Uh, the only reason I know all this because it was also my first job when I was 15 or 16, whatever. And uh, I worked there for like 2 days. It was when I realized that retail work was not for me. Uh, I started obviously in the stock room, like most people do, and damn, I was working all day. I sat down for like 2 minutes, and one of the other workers came by and said, "Yeah, it gets hard." He's like, "But don't let the boss see you sitting down." I thought he was joking. He wasn't. I I departed under very nice circumstances. They were more than generous, and I remained a customer literally until even after I lost weight, until I finally moved away. I just stopped going. Um, but yeah, so in college, I lost quite a bit of weight the first time, and the day came I realized, hey, I could shop in a regular clothing store for the first time in my life
Mm-hmm.
that I remembered. It was very weird just being able to go to a store and pick up a pair of jeans and a shirt and not have to worry about what Max's Men's Shop had in stock, or worse, the king-sized catalog. Mama Pray would have king size. It was a mail order catalog. It had even worse stuff than Max's Men's Shop. Uh, I actually like, for the most part, I like what Max's had, but
Mm-hmm.
a lot of my shirts, they were very loud, lots of colors. I always figured, hey, I can't, you're going to notice me anyway, so you might as well really notice me. I don't have like a gray shirt or something, although I would be perfectly fine with one. Like I have the big bright yellow shirt. So
Right.
not only are you going to notice me, you're
You're
going to
gonna
really
notice.
notice me like a fucking school bus. Forza Jersey says Salt and Pepper is actually a good name for their new channel. I don't know if that is their channel name, but
Nope. I
and
don't
I'll
know.
be honest, Forza, I would put good money down. They're never going to make a new channel. I don't think he might make a new channel, but I almost guarantee you the current channel is going to be his main channel forever.
He may do what he did with Twitch and switch for a while and then go back when he sees that there won't be the traffic.
Mike Richards says, I just rewatched Bird's first DS9 stream. You have definitely lost weight. I did too, Mike Richards. I brought that up. It was in the first DS9 Wednesday stream where I promised after DS9 we would do Enterprise. So hence why we would be doing Enterprise. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow is the What We Left Behind documentary. But next week we'll be starting with Broken Bow.
You're not going to take a break?
I might take a break. I'll see. But whenever we get to Enterprise, the week after next at the earliest, it'll be Broken Bow. Forza says, wow, 211. I'm like 260 and a couple inches shorter. Good for you. No, it's not good for me, Forza. Unfortunately, my weight isn't because I lost a bunch of fat, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I did lose a bunch of fat, but unfortunately, most of the weight loss was muscle. And, without muscle, I can't move. So, yeah, I'd much rather be 280 and have the muscle I used to have, or even half the muscle I used to have, than be 211 and just skin, bones, and fat. Bradley Briggs says, I got so big when I was in my teens that the stores didn't sell any bigger sizes. And that's when I decided to lose weight. I've been skinny ever since. Congratulations. Congratulations, Bradley.
Congratulations, exactly.
For me, the stores not selling my clothing didn't really care. Didn't matter to me. No, I only decided to lose weight when I was going after a girl. It was a big change. It was one hard summer, a lot of exercise, a lot of whatever. I was totally going to be ready and in shape. But when she got back, and she got back with a fucking boyfriend, motherfucker. Didn't go well, but at least I was in good shape. And there were other ladies. Unfortunately, none of them worked out. But I also was interviewing for jobs, and that helped. It definitely helped to be in more shape when you're doing a job interview.
Right.
You feel more confident, and you look better. And let's face it, it's not fair. It's not fair, but it's often true that the better you look, the easier things are for you.
Yeah. I mean, you're more likely to hire somebody who's in better shape than somebody who's out of shape. Sorry, it's just fact. Unless you've got somebody for a desk position that you can hire the most qualified person, whether they're larger or not. Yeah, unfortunately, that's going to happen. Sorry.
Where's this? Is bros before hoes. I heard that so much. So much, Forza. I tell you, it's not true. It's certainly not true. They say it. They say it when it benefits them, but when it's no. It sounds good, but it often isn't true. There was a guy. We were good friends, and another woman. I asked, "Are you?" Because it turned out, for whatever reason, it would be me, him, and another girl from the engineering department at college. And every weekend it would be me, him, and her, me, him, and her. We'd go to the zoo, we'd go to the botanical garden, we'd go to the beach, we'd ride bikes, we would do things. It was always the three of us. And she had a boyfriend at the beginning. She broke up with her boyfriend. And like we both knew she was interested. And I didn't know which one she was interested in. I doubted it was me because I had zero freaking what's that? Confidence, self-confidence.
Right.
But I asked the guy flat out, as guys, I thought we were honest with each other. So, yo, are you interested in so and so? Because frankly, I knew he was. If she liked him, I knew I had no chance. But he's like, no. He's like, dude, I'm not at all interested. You sure? Yeah, fine. I was like, if you're not, I'm going. He's like, yeah, go for it. Okay, fine. So that later that day, we were in the engineering department in there's a student, there was a student lounge, a student lounge. And off of the lounge was a private office that we had access to. Had a couch in there and computers and a refrigerator. Anyway, so we were all in the lounge, and it was getting like late in the afternoon. So I was like, listen, I got to go. I was going to go to the other side of campus, hang out with my other friends, and come back like in a few hours. So I left. I thought nothing of it. They said, oh, they were about to leave themselves. So I went to the other side of campus. I looked for my friends. I couldn't find them anywhere. I came back across. It was already like an hour had gone by at this point. And I noticed their cars were still in front of the engineering building. I thought that was very strange. They were saying they were about to leave. So I go up. I'm not trying to be quiet, but it's a Sunday afternoon. Nobody else is there. I go up into the student lounge, and the door to the office is closed now. Now I have a key, but when I look closer, the door hadn't clicked. It was closed, but not clicked.
Right.
Well, I knew what I was going to see. And I just pulled open the door, and sure enough, they're at it, going at it on the fucking couch. And I'm just fucking pissed. I'm so pissed. Why did they gave him a couple minutes, obviously. She was embarrassed. She left. he stood there. I was like, why? Why didn't you just fucking tell me you guys were doing it? You make me look like a fucking idiot. I why? He's like, dude. He's like, she didn't want me to say anything. I was like, fuck, I came to you in private. There was nobody else around. It was he apologized, but I was so pissed. He just let me fucking body slam him a couple of times. I was so pissed at him. Like, he didn't fight back. I literally picked him up and threw him on the floor. And he wasn't hurt. I wasn't trying to hurt him, but I was just getting stressed out. Anyway, we didn't talk for a while. Then he went into the Navy after school ended, and he wrote me this huge, long, handwritten letter about how his life was going and everything. I don't remember if I ever wrote him back or not. If I did, it was just like, oh, good to hear from you. Well, good luck. And then years later, I looked him up on Facebook, and sure enough, he was married to the exact woman, physical characteristics of the woman he said he always wanted to marry. He didn't know her at the time, but he said he was always wanted to marry a woman that looked like something in particular. I don't want to get into the details. And sure enough, 9 years later, there he was, having married the woman, looked exactly like he said he always wanted to marry, who looked nothing like the girl he was dating.
Right.
The exact opposite, in fact, in every conceivable way. And I laughed it off.
I'm sure you're going to want to take a Deloja break before.
Oh, yeah. It is almost 5, isn't it?
Yep.
Bradley says the new channel is a thing he has to do in his wife's name so it doesn't mess with his government assistance stuff. Yeah, I know that's what he says, and I know that's ideal, but I just don't think it's going to happen. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. Forza says bros before hoes until you just want to get laid, or you get a wife and kids. Exactly. Mike Richards is son of a bitch. Yeah, those were the days. Anyway, guys, I guess we'll call it a stream here. Captain, thank you so much for coming up.
Sure thing.
In a few minutes, I'll be doing a general open line stream. Hope you guys will be there, and I hope you guys will come up and say hello, and we can talk about whatever you want. Catch you all later, says John DeMarco. Absolutely, guys. Catch you all a little bit later. Kapla all, bird out.